2 days of pouring rain. To say that it's a beautiful morning here in Porto, Portugal would be a major, major understatement. So it is a beautiful morning here in Porto, Portugal. And I am on a mission. I'm on my way to the train station. And while you may think I'm on my way to the station to catch a train, that wouldn't be the case. I'm on the train station to show you something really, really special. The Bento train station here in Porto. It's very, very famous. And just inside when you walk in, there's just beautiful tiled artwork everywhere you look. So it is a Sunday morning here in Porto, and I am going to bring you along on the walk down to the station. The station is only, look at the beautiful building there. The station is probably only about 10-minute walk from where I'm staying, so it shouldn't take me all but a few minutes to get down there. And as I walk down, it's a Sunday morning, and it's a rather quiet Sunday morning here in Porto. And you see a lot of the folks going out and grabbing their groceries to go home and make themselves a nice Sunday dinner or Sunday lunch. And I can actually just walk in the center of the street almost. I got to be careful. But this is Porto, and we are on our way to the Bento. I think it's Bento or Bento. Looking at it in English, it would seem like it's Bento, but somebody told me it's Bento. So nonetheless, we're on our way to the station, and I'm looking forward to sharing this beautiful, beautiful spot with you. I woke up this morning, and I was anticipating hunkering down all day today in the apartment doing work, because the forecast called for overcast and rain. And just like many forecasters back home in the United States, they got it wrong. And I couldn't be happier. So I'm going to take some time today and just kind of walk through some of the more important areas of Porto and just try to knock out some videos. And then maybe tomorrow I will take a train or a tram out to the seaside and do a video at the seaside. But for right now, I want to make my way to the station. And I got to tell you, it's nice heading to the station without worrying about which platform and which ticket and do I need to buy a seat assignment and all that type of stuff. It's nice heading to the train station, just to head to the train station. So let's go and check out Bento railway station here in Porto, Portugal. And look at the buildings as I walk along. You can see they've got some really, really beautiful buildings. Look at this building right there. Isn't that something? Okay, so it shouldn't be too much longer before I actually make my way to the actual station itself. You know, when you're walking along, you just never know what you're going to see. And here's a little bit of a scene here. I don't know, this gentleman is, maybe he's a homeless person, I'm not quite sure, but he's selling his, looks like he's selling his life's belongings or something. Just pulling out everything from that bag and just selling it to these men that are onlooking, and they seem quite interested. Interestingly enough, I don't know if this is a like an impromptu market or what have you, but I'm going to continue on with my way to the market here. I would imagine, boy, it really makes you feel like you're here, doesn't it? Okay. And quite some Quite some interesting looking characters for sure, like this gentleman right here. All right, so on the way to the station. I'm almost to the station, and as I approached, I saw this side street that seems to have no shortage of character, you can see. And I thought, why not just take a moment and walk you down this street right here. And at the end there are some buildings that look rather spectacular. You can see it right there. And all the while, look at the tile work on the streets. Slow down to a half step or half pace. Look at that tile work. And then you come out here and you'll find the station, I believe, is off to the left. Look at these buildings. Wonderful. Look at that. Zoom in on it. Boy, I sure wish I had this camera over the years that I've been traveling for all the other places that I've gone to and visited. That sure would be a something. But it just gives me an excuse, if you will, to go back and revisit some of the places that I've been to. Starting with Melbourne, Australia. Maybe I'll do a video with Oz walking the tan track in Melbourne. The Great Ocean Road, the 12 Apostles. I'm looking forward to that as well. So the station should be around here somewhere. It shouldn't be but a minute or two walk, and that might be it just around the corner over here. As a matter of fact, I think that it is. And prior to heading over there, I'll give you a nice view of this statue here in this square. What a spectacular picture that is right there. Look at that. The name is A.D. Pedro IV. You can look that up in your history books. All right, let's find the station. Ye, hear ye, read all about it. That's what a character might have been saying at one point in time in the past before they had the internet. Here's a statue of a guy, cigarette hanging out of his mouth, selling the morning paper just across from the Bento train station. And there it is, folks. There is the railway station that I'm gonna give you a tour of this morning here in Porto, Portugal. And before going inside to show you the beautiful interior, I'll walk across the front of the building and let you see that in its entirety. So there is the famous railway station in Porto, Portugal. Let's go inside and catch a train, perhaps. As I walk along, I turn my head, and just across from the train station you have all your typical souvenirs, and then you've got the tourist with the map you know, walking along, wondering what she should go see today. Little cafe right over here. Everywhere you look, they're selling cork. You see cork, cork everything. Cork coin purses, little carry bags. They've got even cork postcards and bookmarks. All right, so let's go check out the São Bento train station here in Porto, Portugal. What a beautiful day in Porto. Everywhere you look in Porto, there's tile, and this is a large rock just in front of the station here. Large boulder, I should say, painted with a tile pattern. And then just kitty corner from the station is this church. You can see, which probably in and by itself is a video that would be nice to do. I'm sure the inside probably looks just fantastic as well. Give you a nice view of the facade of the church. Look at that. Okay, so let's go on and check out the inside of the railway station here in Porto. Again, I'll share this with you. The train station of St. Bento was built at the beginning of the 20th century, and based on a plan designed by the architect Marquis da Silva. In 1916, the large hall was totally faced with tiled panels by the painter Jorge Colaco. These depict the history of transport, ethnographical aspects and famous events in Portuguese history. You see, even the best of them have challenges with word pronunciation. Ethnographical. Just have to wrap your tongue around that. And here's a cool looking dude smoking a stogie as I go in. I'm telling everybody, do you speak English? I'm telling everybody you look very cool, like a photo. You know, very nice. Thank you. Okay. So there is a interesting guy, and here is the station. I'm going to spend some time in here just showing you the murals that you'll see, but I want to give you a feel, just walking around inside here. See, everybody's got their cameras out, taking pictures. So I'm going to actually go find my way down to this side of the station, and I'm just going to spend some time and give you some really nice views of this really beautiful building. And we'll start right with this mural here. Infante de Henrique. Look at that. Beautiful. I'll actually see if I can't zoom in a little bit on some of these characters. Look at that. Wonderful. Boy, it really is something else. Just beautiful tile work. There's a man lying over his fallen horse. Now come over to this mural. Look at that. Kind of gotta stand off to the side so you don't get the glare. But there's a beautiful shot of that. Got a wonderful email from a woman today in Ireland talking about the fact that I'm able to bring people such as yourself, perhaps, that have never been to a place like this, to come in and see these wonderful places in the world, such as this in Porto, without leaving the comforts of your home. And that's a real joy about being able to do that for you. And here's another mural, and I have to position myself to minimize any glare to give you a really good picture of the scene. It's painted on the tile. Look at that. There's a real Casanova. Let's see. If he took that woman home that night. Maybe he did. Harry would like to think so. Wouldn't you, Harry? You'd like to think that he ended up taking that woman home. There's another beautiful mural as well. Boy, that's really nice. You know, if you gotta come or go from a train station, isn't this a nice way to do so? Look at that. All right. It's the actual station itself. You can see this is where I arrived when I came in the other day. See all the different destinations. It's rather quiet morning here in Porto. People buying their tickets. Everybody's buying their tickets to go here or there. There's some guys there. There's the clock. They're wondering how much time you got before your train leaves. Come on back in. Back to the murals. Wonderful. Back in the day. I think that woman's looking at me. She's checking me out. Wonderful. Look at that. Just going to give you a tour of the whole interior here of of the railway station. There's the king. I'll zoom out and give you a nice view of the whole mural there. Wonderful. So that actually is that's the bottom half. That's just what I've just shared with you is the bottom half of the interior of the railway station. And then along the front wall they have these panels that go up. You can see that. All the way up you have different tile work. And then just off to the side here it looks like they have a cafe where you might come in and grab yourself a bite to eat before you're heading on your way. Look at some of the goodies that you can get here. From euros to pastries. Look at that sandwich right there. Will you look at that? Boy, that sandwich has Skip Smith written all over it. Look at that. Okay, let's go back out to the... on our way back out to the railway station interior. So here is here's the inside. I'll go up, show you some of the murals up along the wall. I'm able to. And perhaps the best way to do so would be from the opposite side. There's a scene along the far wall there. It's a rather quiet morning, an ideal time to do this when a lot of the hustle and bustle of the train station is not going on because of the fact that it's Sunday. You can see the scene up there. Look at that. Is this good Tom TV or what, George? Give a shout out to George. George is the kind of guy, George watches my videos, George is the kind of guy that he knows everything. He's got an answer for just about everything. Can't know enough people like George. You know, we're always ready with an answer to a tough question. Look at that. Fantastic. Looks like they were having some good times, doesn't it? Wow. And continuing along. Get another scene. And on the opposite wall, that would be the scene that you would see. Must have been hand painted, I would imagine. All of these scenes. Speaking of painting, I should give a shout out to Raquel and Emmanuel down in Algarve of Portugal, who gave me such an incredible experience on this trip. Gave me the opportunity to break bread with a Portuguese family on a Sunday evening, which was just really a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Look at that. All right. There's yet another scene. Looks like a procession going through the streets. There's actually one last one, which is right here, of the blue tile, at least. There's the...
I'm bored, I can always do this and this button.
Look at that. That's a nice scene right there. All right, and then lastly, I'll show you up on the very top of the ceiling, they've got more colorful tile work, you can see, and I will see if I can't zoom in and share some of that with you as well. Let's see. Sure I can. Look at that. I'm not going too fast. Looking for screen captures as I'm doing this, because with my software I can actually capture these still frames. Give me a lot of shots that most people would not have of this facility. Wonder how Skip Smith of the Villages spent his time back in those days. There's a cool scene right there. Look at that. See if I can't even zoom in a little bit more on that. Wonderful. And you have your Porto clock. See the time, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. All right. And then just down on the far end is the remainder of the murals. Look at this. Just wonderful. And they're actually waiting for the train. You can see the train there coming down the track. Now over here. All right, folks. So that's probably about as comprehensive of a visit that you're going to get to this station if you weren't actually here yourself. So have a wonderful day from Porto, Portugal. Hope you enjoyed the visit here, and you're able to make it here one day yourself. And if not, I hope this visit, albeit virtually, was enjoyable for you. Here's where you would buy a hot dog or something on your way out of Porto, or into Porto for that matter, in one of these little kiosks here where they sell, hot dogs and all the stuff. So there you have it. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.